Hi Andy, how are you?
When I say my team, I mean like even the blog that I do, like the content I put out. I also come from the wine business, and so some of the stuff we do to drive results happens that world. So I just wanted him to sit in because if he doesn't, I'm not capable of like follow up.
Okay, no, not a problem at all.
Alex is the same. He does business development on my team.
Alex.
How are you? Jason. Alex.
Since I'm giving Andy so much, he might not be able to follow up soon. So
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
cool. So
Okay, sure.
tell us about the biz.
So the concept of the 8th evolved from me actually shopping in Barney's and Bergdorf Men's looking for a really cool, sexy, high-end underwear for my husband. He started Golden Tree Asset Management, which has 12 billion of assets under management. So he's a Wall Street guy, but he likes to look pretty hot and all that. So, I was seeing nothing for the Christmas Hanukkah time. I thought there'd be something kind of cool because Victoria's Secret always has like $1 million bra.
That's right.
Something very hot and sexy.
Yep.
So I didn't see anything there, and then I went back for Valentine's Day and said, I'll get him something very hot and sexy for Valentine's Day.
And we're talking boxers.
I was looking for
In
boxers.
theory.
Yeah, boxers, but maybe some silk, maybe
Yeah.
some artwork,
something cool.
So, nothing. And I said, I want to figure out if there's a business here because it seems like there's
A demand.
there's a need in
Yeah.
the market. There's probably a need for a business, right?
Yeah,
And
always.
so I met Jason and Annabette's not here. She apologizes.
No worries.
But she was a former fashion editor at Vogue, and she was at 17 magazine. She has a whole fashion photography background.
Got it.
Jason did private label. He's a designer. He can make anything. If you need something now, he'll probably go back and get it for you. So he's
Governmental
unbelievable.
wise.
Yeah.
So I
Not like a pumpkin pie.
No.
Okay. Got it.
no,
My wife
we
can do
can't
that.
cook. That we can't cook. But
Collectively, as a unit.
No,
Okay.
No,
We
we're
tried.
good. We're good eaters though. We're
Got
good
it,
eaters,
got it.
but not good cooks.
Okay.
So anyway, I researched it. I researched. Calvin Klein basically had 97% of the market share for men's underwear at the time when I was looking at what the market was. Revenues unbelievable worldwide.
This is a
So-
premium boxer category. You would put it as why Calvin had such a big percentage, like
correct.
mid-tier.
Mid-tier, but they were really dominating the entire market. So we talked about things like, I believe, I wear a lot of Loro Piana and all of that, so we looked at the Loro Piana cashmere, which Jason was able to source. We retained and commissioned artists like Richard Phillips, Jim Torok, people who do toile. So we have toile, you would like this, one toile, I don't know if you can find it, but of famous athletes in compromising positions like Derek Jeter being found caught in bed.
Yep.
We have Larry Bird, who was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, and by accident it looks like two
Yep.
cheerleaders giving him a blowjob, which they retracted at one point. Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali, we did a special because of his passing, but we have the number 8 buried all around. So we came up with some really cool things. I don't know if you have the cashmere. We also came up with compression shorts that Equinox voted #1 in the country for the best compression short, while you're working out.
Yep.
This is the
That's cool.
So this is picked up by Gorsuch, which is the #1 store in Aspen and Vale.
Yeah.
Their catalog has a 3 million, right? It's like a baby's tush. Anyway, Gorsuch has a 3 million reader subscription for their catalog and all that, and Gorsuch is in Vale.
What's the price point?
High,
Of course. Well, that's what you went out to do.
right?
Yeah.
So we do a lot with the 8. So this is 800. We sell out every time. He can't get it in. We sell out all the time at 800.
These
You
are
tell them.
these are 78. These are 68. The opening price point is about $48 for something solid and Pima, something like that.
Yep.
We have the selfie. So if you take a selfie of yourself in it, which we hope people will, and put it on Instagram, which they
Sure.
have, this comes this way and then it flips over. So we have kind of very cute and clever ideas that our designers came up with. We were at Art Basel. We were featured at Art Basel. And then
How long has the company been around?
Yeah.
well, a year and a half that we've launched. We in concept and together incorporated. It's been about 3.
Took you
But
about
we
18
really-
months to get to market.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had a launch party at the Church Street Boxing Gym with Travis Scott, who's a rapper. So we see him, you know, on the ropes, standing up with his, you know, his waistband. So we've had some really great press, GQ magazine, Vanity Fair.
And the business is selling mainly through retail or direct to consumer?
Well, we're really good with website.
Got
Our
it.
website is on fire. So this is a weed.
So what percentage of your
I don't know if
business
we're
is-
allowed to show you guys weed, but maybe if we were in Colorado. But anyway, Richard Phillips did weed.
Well, unless we don't, okay,
yeah,
we're fine.
nobody would smoke it.
Yeah.
No, of course not.
So,
But anyway, this is a Richard Phillips. This was featured at
That's
Art
cool.
Basel. So it's a weed, and if you're high, because your eyes get a certain retina, whatever, he told me, you see this, the weed pops out. Well, if you're high, whatever. I wouldn't know, but so they say.
what percentage of the business is direct to consumer versus
I would say about 80%.
direct to consumer?
That's been our focus from the beginning.
Of course.
Yeah.
Keep the margin.
And also engage the customer. We can
course.
go to any, you know, Bergdorf's want something like this, but then, you know, they may not necessarily go
Sure.
to this or they're going to the Cashmere. Then you kind of dilute the brand
Of course.
and what it looks like. So, you know, we like being able to.
And
show
how are you
what-
driving sales to .com? Press mainly net so far?
In the beginning, it was sort of organic press with
Yeah.
a little bit of reach out to different publications, sort of
Yep.
the old school method.
Yep.
We also are featured in many. I have a big movie background, so they're featured in movies. You know, Alec Baldwin, De Niro, in various movies that have come out and premiered. So we try to use various
Product placement.
projects and all of that. And we have some SEO and some online, you know, research and all that we target.
SEO or SEM?
SEO.
SEM.
Mm-hmm.
And any Facebook?
Facebook, it's not as active.
We
but
haven't
we have a
really-
Facebook
yeah.
page. Yeah.
But you're not running Facebook ads.
They were, yeah. The SEO agency.
Got it.
Yeah.
And Instagram or influencers on Instagram?
We have, yeah.
Yep,
Instagram
all
has
of
been
that.
pretty good to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have all of that.
But neither one, you don't have an internal asset that understands digital marketing.
No.
So you're at the mercy of what.
That's where we're at right now, is sort of trying to say, you know, this has worked, this has been a good place for us, and now that we're established, we know what our best sellers are, we know how we want to build the product going forward, you know, what's next. And you know, I think we've created a vocabulary for the brand, sort of a culture of what we do and how we do things. It's not typical of other brands out there right now. So that's what we can present to kind of move forward with the brand.
You need to have an internal resource for digital marketing if you're going to be a direct-to-consumer brand.
Okay.
First and foremost, like from like a religion over tactics,
Okay.
that's the first religious thing you have to do.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're at the mercy of an SEO firm that is probably doing Facebook terribly wrong, even though the Facebook SEO is easier to show black and white and is a 20-year practice. So anybody can do SEO kind of thing versus most people can't do Facebook, but all the action is on Facebook and Instagram, especially for a visual brand. You're a visual brand.
Yeah.
Google finds somebody searches boxers or what have you, and you can win that game, but it's blue letters. Like if you really understood, if you really gave a shit enough to really understand what's happening in Google, it's completely the antithesis of what you're building. It's completely commoditized branding.
That's interesting.
Sure.
Okay.
Whereas Instagram and Facebook are visual.
Absolutely.
Like your blue letters are the same as blue letters of like private label, you know, the least expensive boxers in the world look exactly like you on Google. Google blue letters.
That's interesting.
So you're not only is there ways to do it better, it's also a detriment to your positioning and all the efforts you're putting into it. To most of and then think about 80% of your business is done online,
Right.
and I have to assume an unbelievable proportion of the traffic coming in outside of like a good article in a search term is going to be the SEM.
Right.
So that's super important to me. And so I think the follow-up to this is going to be, how much do you want to pay for somebody? And then I'll try to help get you the best possible person for the lowest possible, kind of thing.
Right, that's
So
great.
I'll give that some thought. I think that's the big takeaway. So what do you guys want to happen like obviously you want to build the biggest brand in the world.
Right.
And you view that as happening through your direct-to-consumer world? Or are you guys thinking long-term of having your own retail experiences? Like how are you thinking about distribution?
I think our own retail experience.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sort of the same world that Victoria's Secret was able to create, with
Would that be in New York, the first store?
Maybe not.
I'm asking a pretty specific reason because I want to give you the strategy against the creative social, like if the answer is yes, and because you're not gonna spend $1 million a year on Facebook ads, or maybe you are, but I'm making some assumptions, I wanna localize the strategy against the place that you're most likely gonna open the store.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess because we're New York, the 8th came from 8th Avenue, that's where we started. So, it would be kind of apropos to start in New York.
On 8th Avenue, maybe.
So,
Okay.
I would think so,
Yeah.
right? Absolutely.
Okay. What else going into, I mean, obviously we had, I had just only met your husband, so I don't know how much context there. Was there anything that you guys had coming in mentally into this meeting, questions or thoughts or anything you wanted me to talk about?
I guess what we were thinking about is, whether we should, and this is just a question that I have.
Yeah.
Do we stay and do more of the same because it's good? Do we start expanding? And a lot. It's weird because we have a lot of women who are wearing this. We have a lot of women. We
Makes
gear
sense.
only to men.
Right.
Yeah.
If you go on our website, it's men, but we have a lot of women. I don't know if we're supposed to.
How much revenue do you guys have?
I'd have to look that up. I'm not the money person.
No worries. But it's new. It's not that crazy yet.
Yeah, it's not crazy, but we're always looking to see would we expand.
The reason I asked that question off of your rant is my intuition is it's a common thing. This is one man's point of view. You'll get some different points of view on this.
Mm-hmm.
I think people go too wide too early.
Right.
Stay with the good thing, you're saying, or
I mean, look, you guys are a team of quality and taste.
for sure.
You haven't even begun to go down the path of sales and conversion,
Right.
right? Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, right? I think you guys are a game of quality and taste. And the reality is that makes you an artist. And what makes you a business is sales and conversion. And the cool thing is you've outsourced that. Now, who's the agency you guys went with?
For the SEO?
Mm-hmm.
SprayDex?
I'm not. Did you guys? I don't know who that is. But you had a relationship with them, or you guys met with a bunch of people, or how did you come about?
It was a contact with the industry.
Got it. Yeah, I mean that's to me. How much are you spending with them?
Their fees are, I believe they were $10,000 a month, but then you have to pay for the advertising.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like $20,000 a month for advertising.
Yeah, I mean if you're truly spending $30,000 a month, I have some great news. You could do some real damage.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can.
Well, I'd like to not spend $30,000 a month and still do damage, but
Well, of
right,
course. I mean,
yeah.
look. By the way, you could do damage with $1.
Yeah,
It's not going to be
I'm
the.
just
It's not going to be
saying,
the greatest damage in the world. But
Right. No, I'm just saying.
here's the good part. You're already spending enough money to see meaningful results, and I don't know if you are or not. Do you have any feel of what you're doing in revenue per month through the e-com channel?
I mean, I would have to guess, like the account.
Who?
Go through the account. No, the answer is I wasn't prepared for that. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. but to that point, are you guys? I mean, I still think that brings some interesting intrigue to the conversation around art and science. Like if somebody's got to be grounded in that shit.
Right.
And it can't be your accountant.
Right.
Somebody's got to be running the business.
Right. I'm basically running the business.
And by the way, I run the business. I run this business. It's a $100 million business. I don't know shit about numbers.
Yeah.
I have people do it, but I'm grounded in them
Right.
because you have to have them for a strategy.
Right.
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 You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to me,
I'm focusing on going forward.
by the way, you should focus on what you do best.
Right. That's what I'm focusing on. I'm not really retrospective and seeing how much are we making. It's more like, where can we go? What can we do? How can we do it better?
I'm less worried about how much
Sales.
you're making. I'm worried about what your money's being spent on to make what you want to happen.
Gotcha.
When you're spending $360,000 a year in advertising, I could have all of Manhattan giving a fuck.
Right. Right.
And you don't have that.
No, for
So-
sure not.
Correct.
Right.
So what I think you have is 2004 digital marketers who are making a margin on you, and if nobody.
That's why I stopped them. I stopped them as of August, I believe.
Right.
Got it.
I said
That's what we're
bye bye.
transitioning now.
Got it.
Thanks, but no, bye bye.
Got it.
Because it's a tremendous amount of money, and it's just not yielding the results of. I know it could possibly in the future, but you got to justify every month. So the answer is I stopped that.
Got it.
And I am looking for a way, like you're saying, what makes sense dollar-wise to get this going,
I think it's Instagram. I think it's Snapchat. I think it's Facebook. I think it's YouTube. I think it's where the consumer's
So
attention
you're
is.
saying, but not a specific company, you're saying someone to hire somebody to sit in, like, in our office?
My
and
intuition
work
is,
here?
my intuition is it ends up being both,
Okay,
but think about it. It's like me paying for art. It's not what I do, and if I'm the decision maker, I need you to be my partner to be like, is he right? I want you guys, at least on paper, I want you to have somebody to know if we're the best, if Rick's the best, if Sally's the best. You can't, you guys don't have the background for judge and jury. You have taste, you know if this is a good, if you asked me to know what the fuck this should cost, I'd be dead.
Right.
You know that in your sleep.
right, of course.
I want you to have that asset on your team, so when all the characters like me come around,
Asking about that. Well, the abbreviations, yeah.
they know what the hell they're talking about. So yes,
Right.
I think that's important. And I think the other thing that's running through my mind is, a lot of people that work for me want to work in small companies and they come here for training, and so I might be able to help with somebody who's young, which will cost you less, but skill above their age,
Right.
and can do it all, creative and
No, I mean, that would be ideal.
Can I ask you a crazy question? Have you thought about building your brand?
Well, have I thought of it? Of course. I dream about it.
I think that is the biggest wild card. So I think you should do all that. But if you ask me how it becomes big, it's because you became big. And in the same way what he's doing right now, like, there's a new way to become big. I actually think.
But I don't know that. I'm not from that.
I'm aware.
I'm too old for that.
I understand.
don't
And
know
by
what's happening.
the way, this is not an age thing. What we're inventing, well, just so you know.
It's a young
No,
man's sport.
and they can all attest to this. All the 20-year-olds in the world don't understand what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the modern day human production company around a person. There's no 20-year-old running around this. They understand how to take a selfie. They understand that Snapchat's important. They don't understand the science that the 15 people sitting out here that all work on just my brand understand.
But you do.
I do, and so do they, and they'll go on to either like crush with me or like, it will be known, because once somebody figures something out, the world will know.
Right.
But I sure do. Basically what I know right now is we're sitting on a capability that is what reality TV was in 2000.
Sure.
And once in a while you come across a person who actually can play, like, it still takes talent.
Right.
Like, my early intuition on you is that you have that thing,
Well,
and you
I
need to
think-
debate it.
Right. I think that I feel like I have the talent. I'm not the talent, but they're the talent, and I feel like they have the product and they have the quality, and then I feel like it's my job and my wish to get it out there.
I think the way I kind of think about it is, if tomorrow Bravo came to you guys and said, do you want to do a show about your journey in building this company, you would seriously consider it. And I mean, I don't know you, like how you're wired, like fuck that, or that's great. But you would seriously consider it for the exposure of what it would do to your business. And I think you would do really well on that show. And I think when I see that, they need to, like, you need to get grounded in what vlogging is and all this stuff.
What is?
Vlogging, video blogging.
Okay.
It's basically a reality TV show. Like, I'm not joking when I tell you that if you asked me, push comes to shove, to be historically correct on the thing that made your business big, it would be a human being following you around with a camera every day.
Huh. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. I'm so interested in it that we've been spending the last 6 months, in about 3 months, we're gonna launch something called Vayner Talent. So I've been talking to like Tyra Banks and like Curtis Martin, football player, like a bunch of different people. We have figured out something for me in the last 6 months, and I've been on social media and producing content for a decade. Right. But in the last 6 months, last year, we've really figured it out. And now we're trying to figure out if we can scale it it's funny to me that $20,000 a month charging somebody for something like this would bring them a lot more business than what we do best in the world here on Facebook and Instagram creative and ads. It's cool. It's just how the world works.
I think it's unbelievable.
So, something you should sleep on. I don't necessarily need you as a client, but I can show you how it's done. You could hire it internally, but it's obviously a very personal decision.
Right.
Like, I'm not joking. I mean a reality show.
Right.
Like, there is a man, or a woman, for that matter, that follows you around. And it's you yelling at Leon, it's you shopping, it's your meetings, it's you having business meetings, like, it's a show. and it airs on Facebook and YouTube, and I believe it would be the biggest gateway drug to the growth of your business.
Wow.
Everybody wants to see your panties.
But you know, but I think it's a very easy thing to understand today if you think about Skinny Girl, or if you think about the Kardashian phenomenon, or the fact that DJ Khaled's going to make $30 to $40
So what is it?
million.
Everyone's a voyeur? Like what is it? People want to get a sneak peek of what you're doing?
No,
like what
people
is
are the psychological punchline.
Yes.
Rubbernecking.
So you're saying
It's just a deep inherent human thing. It's called Yenta syndrome.
Yenta syndrome.
Got it?
That's good.
It's just it's who we are.
Right.
It's what people are.
Right.
We're genuinely interested in people.
Right.
And the
Do
people
they want to see catastrophes?
No, they just want to see the truth.
I want to see the truth.
Got it? That's why what I'm doing is going to beat reality TV. Because reality TV is just more of the truth of TV, but this is way more truth
And then
than
where
reality.
do you
Distribution,
put that?
Facebook and YouTube. But then think about what you do. What people don't know is, so now we take $1,000 and we run the ads. Nobody knows who the fuck you are. Here's episode 1 of you. No one gives a shit. But Facebook is the best ad product in the world. So you post it, and then we run $1,000 worth of ads against the employees of Saks Fifth Avenue, Barney's, and Nordstrom's. So now, if I'm Sally on the Upper West Side and I work at Nordstrom's, when I'm going through my Facebook feed and seeing my friend's daughter, I'm gonna see episode 1 of your show in my feed. 94 out of 100 are gonna be like, I don't give a fuck, but 6 are gonna watch it. And day after day after day, depending on how interesting and clever and how well it's edited and how well the ads are targeted, you build. That's it.
And how long are they, these little episodes?
They run the gamut. D-Rock's laughing because we're airing on Monday an hour and 30-minute version of it, but normally mine runs 10 to 25. We've got our first beta outside of me, a graffiti artist and motivational speaker. How long have those been?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
And
Varies, but yeah.
And so do you have your own Facebook page?
Yes. You would have
For you.
We would have to have
video,
yes.
or it's everything under your business.
That's a very good point. In the first
and you're
meeting,
wearing the wrong underwear.
Clearly.
I gotta pull your shirt down.
Got it.
I'm getting upset now.
Got it. I'm sorry.
I gotta send him some underwear.
So the punchline is, we would. I know you are, but I love being respectful. We have a strategy session at first. There's a very good debate to either it being your page or the company's page, and we would talk. You'll see in the deck we're making for people, it's the first thing it says is we're reverse engineering you. You can be the most famous person in the world and be an introvert. It means we're not working together.
Right.
You may be so famous that you don't want to do it anymore. Like you've got to be the right person.
Right.
People don't have to. I have no time. Like time is a factor. I don't show my children.
Right.
Just a decision my wife and I made.
Right.
I wish I did.
Right.
Because it'd be even more viral.
Right.
you know. But that's something important to us.
Right.
So all we do.
Eric is showing his family.
Right, which is huge. Family kills. Like I'm leaving millions of views on the table, especially with my 2 characters.
His kids and probably puppies.
Yeah, I mean everybody plays their own thing, right? As you can imagine, I do a lot of business, so a lot of the stuff never makes it because I'm firing somebody. I'm talking about somebody's salary. We're negotiating things that TV shows that are 6 months away that nobody can know about. So you live life.
Is he always filming you, whatever
yes.
you're doing?
Yeah, I mean some people ask for him not to. Sometimes I feel uncomfortable in the
But
scenario.
I'm saying at home?
No.
Oh, so it's just here.
Yeah, it's my business life.
Right. Okay.
It's not just here, it's in Finland and it's Orlando.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
while you're working.
Yeah.
Your sitcom focuses on that.
That's right. It's a business show.
Yeah.
It's my entrepreneurial life. I reference my family,
Right.
but I just have a funny feeling you've got some upside in that and it's something 2 minutes, and you should sleep on it.
Okay.
You're right about that. Though. Your intuition was right. I think it was a really good character. But
I think so. Like it's so black. Like I almost feel like I see life in a different lens. Like when I see it, I just know. And the truth is, unlike learning the craft of how much does this cost, learning the craft of what these 800 people do, what's so great about it, and you're gonna know this, you just do you.
Right. That's easy.
It's,
They do me all the time.
it's the easiest thing to do in life. So something to think about.
Very much
Something to think about.
So would you be that the person would be
everywhere.
in the office or following him home? And
No,
following-
you.
And by the way,
Following me.
it could be only about you and you're a side character. It could be the show about the whole business, and there could be like it could be Cheers. It could be,
Sex in the City?
That's right. It could be anything you want it to be, because here's what's better than signing a deal with Bravo. You're in control of the final edit.
Right.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah, that's where it gets real good. Now, the thing is, I would recommend that if you try to micromanage too much and not listen to what we know, which is you have to show vulnerability. You have to show real humanity. Like, you have to show the shit you don't want to show.
Right.
Otherwise, nobody gives a fuck because you're back to television.
Right.
Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Something to debate. So I think those are two things you should be sleeping on. A real digital strategy for 2017, not for 2006. And B, a real conversation amongst yourselves of like, is this the right model? And this is a model that literally exists only with people that film themselves, vloggers on YouTube that have transcended. I'm not good at that, so I made my own version of it, which is this, but it's real. We know that. And then the truth is,
Is Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, are they all equally powerful?
they're
You do
all,
them all?
I do them all.
You put the same content on everything?
Nope.
You blast.
Because, no.
No.
Because most people use social media to blast out, you have to create for it. So content that works on Snapchat is me, first person always, whereas YouTube and Facebook is the distribution of the show. Got it? Instagram is me, but I use that for motivational quotes mainly. So all strategy. Like, the thing that people don't understand is this is the actual world of communication, and there's real skill, and everybody thinks it's just like, oh, it's social media.
Right.
It's exponentially harder than print. Like, if your lovely partner was here, I would absolutely make her feel inferior to the skill that she deployed against print because it was easier.
Right.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, it's antiquated.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
right. No question.
It's just easier.
Right.
It's not her fault.
Right.
It's just the truth. Like, this is very complex, nuanced, and detailed, which is why everybody thinks first of all, everybody doesn't think it's a big deal. And then when they spend on it and they aren't successful, they don't think it works. It works. You didn't know what to do with it. You know how much money I would make playing a piano? You know what I mean?
Right.
But Billy Joel makes fucking billions.
Right.
You have to know what the fuck you're doing.
Right.
So,
Great.
Cool.
all right,
Thank
good.
you. Really appreciate
Yeah, send me an
that.
email. Let me know if there's anything I can help with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, real pleasure.
Great.
Take care.
Pleasure.
Thanks for hanging, guys.
Thank
Nice
you.
meeting you.
Really great.
But you could really like, going cliche, and I don't know you, but I'm just giving you like you could win the Housewives Sex in the City thing in a real way. I'm telling you right now, you could. You have to think about it.
Right. And would you help with that?
Here's what I can promise you. I can promise you can come in here and sit with me and Lindsay, and I'll walk you through what Vayner Talent is. I'm still you know what makes a great salesperson? Somebody that really believes in their shit.
Right.
I know we've got it. I really believe in it.
Right.
I'm scared of two things. One, that's why I'm beta testing with this one person. I really want to triple check, because I want everybody talking about me behind my back the best.
Right.
Because I make 5 times $20,000 a month to give a speech. I'll do that. It's not about the money. I want to build something eventually that could be worth billions, because that's what production companies are.
Of course.
And 2, I need to know you better, because I have a lot of empathy for what it takes. What they'll tell you is, for all my intensity, I let the creators do their thing. I don't control the message.
Right.
And I've been in this for 10 years, understanding this world. Here, I just threw a whole new thing for you to think about.
Right. Brand new.
You never thought about it.
Never thought.
Now you're
Coming
gonna,
in, I never
right,
thought this was-
now you're gonna think about it. And even if you say yes 100%, I have so much empathy for you wanting to be very in control of the final output. And in that is a lack of speed, which is the ROI of the whole thing. So I need you to be in the no business, not the yes business. What I mean by that is you sit down, you watch for 23 minutes, and you're like, no, that one thing, I can't, like, my sister will kill me.
Right.
Not,
I've been thinking about that.
not,
Leon will kill me. My daughter will kill me.
right,
I
not,
have a lot of
right,
people who can
right,
kill me.
not,
believe me.
not, oh, I don't like that angle.
Right.
You're just gonna
No,
lose.
that's not it. It's
Yeah, most of all, yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Well, yeah.
by the way,
Thinking.
getting into a place where people are stopping you, like, I'm getting stopped 10, 15 times a day in the street. It's changing my life. You know, with my daughter and fans are yelling out and she's like, Daddy, so, and by the way, people like you and I, we want it. We want it.
You gotta be careful with the kids.
And you're in a different place. Yeah, you're in a much, that's correct.
You know?
You're in a different place. But I will tell you this, you will sell shit. I built a $100 million business on my brand. You will sell shit.
Right.
That's the bottom
You'll get an email. You will get an email from QVC saying, "Do you want to work with us?" You will get an email from an unbelievable shop in Naples, Florida that has 4 locations that says, "We love you. We watch you every day. We want your product when you come to the store." You'll get an email from HarperCollins offering you $100,000 to write a book. It will happen. That fucking $30,000 a month deployed against this for 1 year, that $360,000 will pay you back millions. This is the new world.
I love that.
Cool.
Very exciting.
Take care.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Bye.
Stay well. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You really think this is right for her, huh?
I mean,
I'm going off your vibe now.
I'm saying, but even with like just the, able to create with Yake, that just from that one conversation, it's not because you
But
want
I'm
to
just
make.
thinking
It's not 'cause you want to make
even
something.
our, because through even our nightlife of meeting Hillary, doing all these
Yeah,
things.
and by the way, some things you can and some things you
Some
can't.
things you can,
You know what I
but
mean?
some things
I
are
was
great.
with Joe Biden 2 days ago. We didn't
Right,
film that.
right.
Like but you push for as much as you can.
Right, you get it. Sometimes it
Yeah.
spills over,
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.